So there's this new thing out there called Google+, and this is going to be a preparatory chapter, and we're going to be giving an overview of how Google+ can help your business with marketing. And this preparatory chapter is going to show you how to set up your accounts for maximum results. I'm talking about filling it out in the correct way, and I'm going to give you some pointers here and there that's going to allow you to get more targeted traffic to your website. And it might not be a main website that you have. It might be a simple website where you have a product up, or it might be a page where you have an opt-in form, and that can lead to more sales and more leads. Okay, so if you're brand new to Google+, to put this shortly, Google+ is a new social network. Now, if you've ever used MySpace or Facebook, think of Google+ as like those services, but of course, there's a catch. Google+ is going to dominate as far as marketing for your business goes compared to Facebook. Now, people are still in the process of catching on to advertising on Facebook. Now, they keep a list of friends to offer their products to, kind of like having a list on Aweber or GetResponse. And another thing that they do with Facebook is they buy advertising via banner ads and so on. So, if they think that Facebook is the way to go as far as social media, just wait until they discover what Google+ has in store for them and for you. Okay, so I'm going to take it that you already know the basics of SEO and the basics of marketing on the net, as far as like how marketers try to get their pages to #1 in Google. Now, that way, we get more traffic to our pages offering products, which will in turn generate more revenue. But in a nutshell here, on top of the standard SEO stuff that we're used to with Google, we've now got something else to concentrate on within Google, the +1 button. This magic +1 button only takes a couple of seconds to click, and by people clicking this button, they're recommending you to the world, your product or your page with an opt-in form, and so on. So where does this +1 button show up? It's actually in a few different places, so let's take a look at one standard example. If we go to Google here, and we run a search, we're going to see this +1 button that's going to show up on the right side of some of the search results. You'll be seeing these all over the place in the time to come. When people see ads that they like, they're going to click this button here, and it's going to add it to their Google social network, or Google+. And that's where this is going to pay off. Now, once the +1 buttons are clicked, and they're saved to someone's social network, and someone else within their network runs a search on something, they'll be able to see who in their network liked that particular ad. This gives the person an idea of how popular the website is, and it'll drive more traffic to your pages. Now, we all know that people are more likely to click on the first 3 links within a Google search, so this will only add to the value and more clickability probability to your pages. Now, it doesn't stop there, because let's say that you're a paid advertiser on Google. If you're a user of AdWords or just pay-per-click in general, you'll absolutely love what's going on with Google+. Now, let me clear something up here. If you've got a pay-per-click campaign running via AdWords, when someone clicks the +1 button, you will not be charged for a click in your AdWords account, so that's a relief. So by people clicking on the +1 button next to your ad, or any +1 button anywhere for that matter, more about that in a minute, you'll be getting the golden seal of approval, and people will take more well to it, as far as the link here. Another benefit of AdWords and the +1 deal is that you'll be able to see which ads are getting the most +1 clicks, and you'll be able to better decipher your competition. Now, that's only just the beginning. There's a lot more detail coming up, so hang tight. Now, also, we're not limited to this displaying in search results and on the Google ads that I've just shown you. We can also add this to any page that you want on your website, like so. Okay, so we're at this page here, and it says add +1 to your pages to help your site stand out. And this is going to be a pretty self-explanatory page here. It's going to give you a link that you can insert into your web page, and it's going to add this +1 button onto it. It's kind of like a social media icon somewhat. Now let's go to this page here. This is someone else's page here. It's not mine. You can see that they've got a Twitter icon here, Facebook right here, and they've also also got the Google Plus one button right here as well. So this is functioning somewhat as a social media icon right alongside the other big names out there. We're going to get on to how to add this to your site soon, as well as some other methods of implementing Google Plus into your daily marketing activities. But first we need to cover the basics and set you up with an account. So let's take a look at that now. Creating a Google Plus account and setup. Now, as of making this video, which is in August of 2011, there's no extremely simple way of signing up, unfortunately. Now, currently, open sign-up is closed to the public as Google refines and beta tests their new social media idea. So you may stumble upon a page that looks like this whenever you try to get in. Now, as you can see here, it's closed off to the public for the time being. But don't stress, because there is a way to get in still. Now, you're going to have to ask a friend, a business partner, an affiliate, or even go on a forum somewhere and ask someone if they have any invites. By being sent an invitation link, you can sign up for a Google Plus account, no problem. Now, depending on when you watch this, there may be an open sign up, so that's going to make life a lot easier. Now, Google Plus is still in its infancy stages, but regardless, try and get an account in any way that you can, as early as you can, and start wreaking havoc. You want to get there early, and you're going to see why later on in this course. Now, let's take a look at what happens when someone sends you an invitation link. This is what it's going to look like here. Now, as you can see, this screen looks a little bit different. All you do is type in your name, select your gender, and possibly even add a photo if you'd like. Now, take in mind that you must be signed in with a pre-existing Google account. I'm talking like a Gmail account, so it can be tied to Google+. Now, once you fill in all of your information, just click Join. Now, before we head on over to Google+, I need you to take a look at something. Okay, let's go to google.com here and sign in normally with our account. Now, at the top right, click on your username as you see here, and it's going to reveal a drop-down that you're seeing right here. Now, I want you to click on the account settings. Okay, now, once you're at the account settings area, click on the Google Plus settings, like you see right here. And this is going to reveal a bunch of settings. Now, let's scroll down just a little bit here. You want to make sure that all of the notifications are turned on, as you see right here. Just make sure all of that is selected. That's important. Now, these may be selected automatically whenever you sign in, and that's good. But there's still one more thing I need to show you that we need to take a look at here. And it's what we get whenever we scroll down a little bit. Now, whatever you do, make sure that you click the edit button right here, okay? Now here, we can actually enable Google Plus on websites that aren't Google websites. Now, more about that later as well. I just want to get you set up with your account here. But it's going to bring you onto this page here. And just make sure that you enable it, and once you go back to the page prior, it should look like this. So now you're seeing that it's actually on. Okay, now we're rocking. Now just make sure that the setting is turned on, like I said, that you've got your notifications turned on, and you're going to be set. So now we can take a look at the user interface and get to explaining some of this stuff. Okay, let's return to google.com, and we're going to take a look at the upper left side of your screen. This is just a really easy way to access Google+. Now, click where you see your username at the top left here. Mine says subscriber because my company is Subscriber Marketing, so that's the first word in it. Now, by clicking this, you'll be brought to the user area of Google+. And if you take a look here where my cursor is, you should start filling out your profile with all of the information that you have. Now, this is pretty much the final step before we actually get on to using Google+. Setting up your account is the longest part of the work that you'll have to do, so rest assured, actually using Google+ to your benefit is going to be a breeze compared to filling out your account and stuff. It's really simple, and you're going to see that. Now, you've got the profile thing, about, photos, circles, and so on. So let's have a look at the About section here. Now this is where you're going to want to fill in all the info that you possibly can. I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory, but there are a few pointers that I can give you here to make sure that you fill this out correctly. Now, make sure that you fill out your business name, and under the typical interests section, put some good keywords from your niche. I mean, for example, if you're in a marketing niche, put like SEO, product creation, and so on. Now, also note that where you can, you should put a plug of your business's website. That way people are going to be more inclined to visit your page. You know, just list what you can about your business and what you do. Now, if you've got a product up, you can make a sale, and if you've got an opt-in page, you can get another lead. So put your plugs there when you can. And there's also a separate place where you should insert the actual link. And it's on the right side whenever you're editing your profile. So look here, and there she is. So add as many as you'd like, but try and get your main cache website at the top of the list by adding it first. So let's do that now. Okay, there we go. Now you can also edit photos and a few other things in Google+. It's not really difficult. This is just like using Facebook. So do the best that you can with it. Now, I have faith in you. This isn't rocket science or anything. Fill it out to the best of your ability. Just make sure that you've got those notifications turned on, and that you've got that one setting there turned to on that I just showed you a couple of minutes ago. So let's get on to the meat and potatoes of the course, which is going to be actually implementing Google Plus into your daily marketing routine.